Hello guys, welcome to Software Test Lab. This is JMR. So today we have come up with a very interesting topic. One of our students was asking how to not expose secrets in SCM but still use them in the CI/CD. So let's look at it. And for that, what I have done is I have installed Jenkins on my local laptop. So I'll just start the Jenkins to start with. Uh, let's kick off the Jenkins first. So we have Jenkins up. Meanwhile, I'll just show about those secrets. Environments, yeah, like a development environment, a test environment, a prod environment, those sort of things. And let's imagine you have your secrets like your username, passwords, and those things, but you don't want to expose them in your SCM. So now to do so, first of all, what we have to do is whatever the usernames and passwords which you have in your .env file, just make sure they are not committed into the .git ignore. So what you are going to do, put .env star. That means this dev prod and all those, whatever those secrets are there, they are not going to be pushed into your GitHub or any SCM tool which you are going to use it. So that is the first step we have to do. Then any CI/CD tool, whether it's a GitLab or a GitHub or a Jenkins, every tool has the place where you can store all these secrets. Secrets in terms, what I'm talking about is like these usernames, passwords, and their relevant data. You can store them and then you can start using them in your CI/CD pipeline. Let's look at that one now. So to do so, first of all, we want to make sure that Jenkins is full up and running. And let me see if it is up and running. Where does it say? Yeah, see, Jenkins is fully up and running. That means we have the Jenkins host colon 8080. That means the Jenkins server starts on this port and give your username password while setting up whatever we have used. Use those same ones and sign in. Once signed into it, let's sign in. Okay, that's done. Okay, now let's go to the project. I have already created one project, so let's look into that one. So TypeScript project, I have created one. Let's get inside that one. And okay, let's get, okay. So we talked about that username password, yeah. So how to put them into your global configurations. So go into Jenkins, go into manage Jenkins, and here it's taking a while for it to come up. So credentials, see, configure credentials. Go there. Once you are on this screen, next thing what we have to do is you have to click on the particular one, whichever one you want to view. In this case, I want to view this one. So if I click on update, then basically see what I've done here. I've given some ID, some QA login credentials as the ID. I gave a username, I gave a password, and I gave some description as what it means. Then after that, I've saved this one. Yeah. So once I save that one, next thing is I go back here and it will be appearing like this. QA login credentials, that standard user, that secret password, whatever I have given, those all details are sitting here now. So let me go back to that Visual Studio Coder again. Here is that one. So that username one, password, those things. If we go back one more time and update, and you see there that standard user, that is nothing but that this one. And that password is basically is this sitting here. And I gave some ID to represent that base. Now I've already done it, but if you want to do it on your own, you have to do just click on this add credentials, select that username password option from the list, then give the username, give a password, give some ID to this, basically attach these together. That's it. And click on create. Once you are done with doing this step, next thing what we have to do is uh, let's go back to that project which I was showing you before. Jenkins dashboard, control F5. So this is the TypeScript project. One more thing. Before going to this one, let's go to the SCM and check in the SCM if this project is appearing. So view terminal and here remote -v. So that is the one we are using. Let's go there. If we go here and see in the root level, we are not seeing any .env files because I put them into .git ignore. That means these would be ignored and they won't be coming into the GitHub. They won't be appearing in the GitHub. So we don't have them here. Fine. That's the first thing we wanted to clarify. Now let's come back to here. And if I go into configure and see the pipeline script, how I will configure it, let's have a look at it. So agent any in the pipeline, we are saying agent any because we are not using any AWS runner or anything. So at this point, it will basically just use our local laptop as its own machine. And that's where we are going to run this one. And Node.js, yeah, make sure you have your Node.js. So whatever you have in your laptop, like when you do like node-v, whatever the version which comes up, make sure you have the same one. So what I'm trying to say here is, let me open up a command prompt. If I do like node-v, say it's saying 20 point something. So basically it's a version 20 it's using. So go to your dashboard, manage Jenkins. Wrong one. Let's go back again. Manage Jenkins. Let's go into tools. Check here. Yeah, that's the one we wanted. Over here, if you see Node.js installer, select that one. From the drop down, here, sorry, here is the drop down. From the drop down, select the version which you are basically using on your laptop or like in real world, whatever the Node.js you are using. Select that version from this list. Once you have selected, just you can give the same name, doesn't matter. Apply, save, that's it. Now let's come back to the dashboard. Go back to that project again. Typescript project again. Let's open up. Let's go into the configure and look at that pipeline. Okay, that's what we are talking about here. Parameters. So this is a very important thing. So basically what we are trying to do here is we are going to give a drop down as environment. The name will be environment. From there, the tester, basically whoever is going to run these pipelines, will select it as a dev test prod from this option. So whether they are going to run it in a development environment, test environment, or production environment. And cron jobs, majority of you would have already known, it's basically automatically triggering them. So this one basically triggers at every day at 10 p.m. So that's how you can set it up. I don't wanted it to run on my laptop every day at 10 p.m. That's why I commented it out. Now environments, browser path, Playwright for Windows agents. Anyway, we are not using any agent here, so nothing to worry about that one here. Now stages clean. So basically it cleans that .jenkins folder if it has, so cleans the workspace. Then after that what it does, it goes to this particular GitHub SCM basically and gets this path where the repository is sitting. It goes there, fetches it, installs. Then after that, once it pulls the code from there, next thing is as it's Windows machine, so we are using bat npm CI, basically installing all the dependencies which we needed for our setup. So whatever the dependencies we have in the present project. So let me go to that Visual Studio Coder again. Visual Studio Coder. So if you go under package.json, all the dependencies, whatever we have, basically we are trying to install all of them. That's it. And then npx playwright install, basically installing that browsers. So it will install the browsers and yeah, steps. Now this is where we are giving those credentials. We have given this name, hope you guys remember, as referencing that username password. Now what we are saying is username variable, password variable. Two things were there. For them, we have given that username one and password. Same to what we have in our local. So if we go into that one here, that username one, password. So we are representing them by that names. So that is that one. Then browser, anyway, you can directly declare it in your config file itself. But if you want to declare it also here, you can just declare this way. Then once you are there, next thing what we want to do is see this one, this username one and password one. Now we are going to say that username one equal to this one and that password equal to this password, the ones which we have entered. So whatever we have given the values against these ones are represented by these keys. These keys now will have a value against it. That value is that secret sauce, that username and that password. What was that name? So basically it would be like standard user secret sauce. Those things will be assigned to these ones, this username one, and now at runtime it is assigning those values to it. After that, what I asked is to run only one particular test case. Read the env file. So basically, it will be reading the env file. So nothing there. It just goes to a Sosla website and runs that one. For that, it needs the username, password, and basically it will pick up them from here and run it. Once it runs, then it will generate a generic HTML report and it will give it to us. So it's a very basic test. But main thing is I wanted you to see like how to use these secrets, how to set up them, how to use them in your pipelines. So whatever I have shown here, these sort of pipelines can be used across all the SCMs. It's not only Jenkins, but any SCM. It will have its own path where those secrets are set up. So you set up those secrets and then use them according to this one. Let's go back here and you click on build with parameters. Select the environment, whichever, if it's a dev or a test or whatever, and then click on build. Then it starts building for you. Then you can see the logs as it is happening. Like I'll show you the previous one which I've run so that we can use that as a reference. So let's go back to the one before and let's see the console output. And from the console output, you see .j Jenkins and in this workspace. So basically it's running here. Jenkins is running here. And what else? Okay. Yeah, so we are going to get the code from the SCM. So yeah, whatever we have asked for it to install, say npx playwright install, basically it's installing all of them. After that, okay, now comes to this part. See, set base URL as that one, username one as that, password, the one which we gave, which is encrypted. So that's that. And we wanted it to go to that particular website. It went to that source demo website using those username and passwords. So whatever we have asked for, it basically go navigate to that website, enter that standard user, that password, and yeah, it runs through it. Once the test is done, then basically you see the status as success. So that means it has completely successfully run the test. So hope you like this video. If you have any questions, anything, please come back to me. I can answer them, or if not, if I have to make a new video, then I'm happy to make another video. Thank you. Thanks everyone for watching. Have a good day. Bye for now.